first to know Nsem-Pii TV.
Since NPP amanyokuo no etimi ekoto aba Dr. Mahmood Bawumia se ono ena ebedi party no enim ne since then no come here say ya headache de ama NDC amanyokuo no wonder because ade se nyina one find ways in a religious way attack Bawumia enye sameje mfi baabi obetena bia Dr. Mahmood Bawumia nya ne hwekra na eno nso wanya ho asemo eka me say enedie NDC communicator bia e be man platform bia nipa a otimi eka ne ho asem Dr. Mahmood Bawumia instead of said here former president John Dramani Mahama be president or be one ebebo ho dawuro no enya no ho asem na okotena radio so awoka ene de bia Dr. Mahmood Bawumia ena won de ayechia pia esi won ano na eno ena Dr. Tony Aidoo-I Emrebi etwem na ono former ambassador to the Netherlands ono NDC amanyokuo no one leading members no ebia na eno ena Dr. Tony Aidoo ese kasa we empro na assemwe ohunu okan na NDC amanyokuo no adwene se de oka no enye no kred Dr. Tony Aidoo se okan sa assemwe in 2017 na obesan asisu ebiewe de asem na Dr. Tony Aidoo etimi ekane in 2017 ene ayese prophecy etimi abem or say according to the former ambassador the National Democratic Congress NDC could not get a match within the party to counter the economic analysis of the then vice president Dr. Mahmood Bawumia enti Yura Tony Aidoo se ubepiem ewo NDC amanyokuo ni ma ye ni even just a single person Dr. Mahmood Bawumia nim de owo in economics no ye ni obia wo NDC mo betimi counter Yura Dr. Mahmood Bawumia. What I mixed was the inability of the NDC communication team to bring out the facts so as to challenge the comparative analysis that Dr. Bawumia was making. Enti or say Dr. Mahmood Bawumia analysis bia oye bia sameje mfi ofosu kwache NDC amanyokuo no communicators na ewom no yenya obia entimi emma abonten emma meka se analysis we anase nsemu ya Dr. Mahmood Bawumia kafa economy no ho no ebia enye no kre anase enye no kre nsema Dr. Mahmood Bawumia kafa economy ni hu nyina eye no kre trodo. Dr. Bawumia was the Achilles heel of the NDC not only for 2016 election but he stated way back in 2012 enti Dr. Tony Aidoo se oka asase moyi enye ne ohyase kan in 2012 osaka bi 2016 osan so eka in 2023 said Dr. Mahmood Bawumia nim de owo no politics mu no edin wo NDC amanyokuo nim se yebenya nipa bi otese Dr. Mahmood Bawumia ewo NDC amanyokuo nim. Vice President Dr. Mahmood Bawumia was a bone to contend within the rank and file of the NDC in the lead up to 2016 general elections. His numerous public lecture series on the state of the economy was targeted at punching holes into the efficiency of the Mahama-led administration. In Tipapai, as a Dr. Mahmood Bawumia series of public lectures no nina John Dramani Mahama mumu bone utimi ponche debiana or chere Ghana for se amemo and economy no John Dramani Mahama ebu no enya ade se betimi aboa Ghana for with facts one after the other no enena Dr. Mahmood Bawumia the then vice president Pakwasi Emisa Atta was expected to respond to many economic flaws alleged by Dr. Bawumia, but he failed to deliver as expected. Incidental na Pakwasi Emisa Atta ono na vice president nsema Dr. Mahmood Bawumia di gu ho as economy ni nyina Pa Kwasi Misata entimi ama abontimpo entimi ama meyi ano enti Dr. Tony Aidoo se asemwe wakato enya ade nso se obetimi agya ka or see nobody is competent in the NDC to match Bawumia economic prowess. We ane nsema Dr. Tony Aidoo etimi eka or see enunti ena esoso NDC amanyuko ne daye se Dr. Bawumia ebesa ahye na nwonwade no asibio se won ehya se wo ye campaign a obehya asiasa punching holes NDC amanyuko ne timi babedi amamuo no bon entimi anye ekyere se bon entimi enye bio. That is why NDC amanyuko no da wona wahya asientem se o attack Bawumia no we ne nsema Dr. Tony Aidoo etimi ede atu eja.
Therefore, the Vice President's performance is reflective of his general appeal in our party. But if you are talking about embarrassment, then I submit to you, Sami, that the 2016 beating of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama is the beating of historic proportion that should humble you and not invite you to a conversation like this where the performance that is your record is not comparable to the performance of the Vice President. He has won resoundingly. The party is behind him. And because it's your nightmare, you sit here and try to besmirch his victory so that it gives you some confidence or hope that you stand a chance. You don't. And I think that is really the point I want to make. Now, on his credential, and in terms of the management and competence management of the economy. You see, Sami, the NDC keep doing this thing, and sometimes it worries me that the continuous display of lack of understanding of the problem we are in and the causes of the problem today, where we are as a country and the world, makes me think that you guys cannot come up with a solution. Because you must understand the problem in order to devise a solution for it. Because if you don't, what are you solving? What problem are you solving if you don't understand the problem? First of all, I'll read a certain document for you, Senior, in a minute. But I want to ask something. But by the time I finish reading, tell me what in sum total is His Excellency John Dramani Mahama's policy? That if you say that this is my policy view, this is the approach I am bringing to say that if you want to know what I stand for, in few words, this is what it means. That my vision is to do this, and you break it down and you can see the policies that will flow from that singular idea to advance the country. I'm not talking about I will do this, I will do that. That is disjointed, response to problems that surround the situation. We're looking at a central policy view that when you pursue, it branches off to solve the problems that will confront you as a leader. And that, for us, we can hold on to and say, when it goes on to pursue this policy, when they implement that policy, we are likely to get A, B, C, D as a result. A central policy view. If you can tell me that, because I have that of the Vice President, and you know what his view is. Right on the day of his acceptance speech, he told us what he wants to do. I want to have that from you if you have it, Sami. Now, Senior, you see, the thing about where we are, it is difficult to convince someone who is sleeping, who is not sleeping but pretends he's sleeping, or to try to wake them up. It's difficult. This world was thrust into an impossible situation in quick succession. In 2017, 18, and 19, when NPP took over in 2017, this economy was not in a good place. Well, with the IMF, a lot of things were going wrong. And the NDC, since 2014, 2015, were in a slide all the way. In fact, 2012, the economy from 2011, when we achieved the 14% GDP growth, the economy had been in a downward decline all the way till 2016 from that 14% high. It never went up. It all kept coming down all the way through. And so in 2017, when leadership of this country changed, we saw the economy grow. Sami and his people will say, oh, what did you do? What did you do? And I asked the question, from 2012 when you were there all the way down, why did they not look up? And it's always looking down if you knew something different to do. And so we came and we did what we did and changed the economy. It grew in 2017 by 8.2%. In 2018, it grew. 2019, it grew. In fact, in 2019, the IMF tipped Ghana as one of the fastest growing economies in the world. And then in 2020...
Can you give me the 2017, 2018, 2019 data?
I think
growth rate.
Yes. The growth rate, I think 2017 was 8.2. I think 6.2 in 2017 and 6.5 in 2019.
I mean 2018.
2018, 6.2, 6.5 in 2019.
It means that you were dipping.
But, well, not dipping necessarily, because if you saw that the height of 8.2, 6.4, and then 6.5, there was a rise in 2019. But if you look at it as an average, it's about 7% growth on average for that 3 years. Now, something happened in 2020, and that is COVID-19. That affected all the countries, not only Ghana. And our growth that was at 6.5% in 2019 went down to 0.4%. Now, how do you explain that? And the NDC really want to tell us that it was just because the government mismanaged the economy and not COVID. When they tell you that, oh, COVID does not have impact, we should be thanking COVID. Should we be thanking COVID because our economy dropped to 0.4% in 2020? So that doesn't make sense if the NDC keeps saying that. And in 2021, if you see the numbers, you saw that the economy, again, from the 0.4% grew to about 5.36%, 5.4% in 2021. In fact, the last quarter growth of 2021 was 6%, indicating to you that there's a momentum for the economy coming back up from that time, right? So from the decline of 2020, the economy started building up in 2021. So going into 2022.
So what happened in 2022?
Yes. So let's note the 6% last quarter growth in 2021, demonstrating a momentum going into 2022. Mm-hmm. Now in 2022, I think February 24, Russia decided to invade Ukraine. Mm-hmm. That had a massive impact and turned our fortunes into the negative from what we experienced in 2021. And that's what I'm about to read for you, so you can appreciate, not from me, but in a general assessment of what impact COVID has had on all of the economies across the world and that of Africa. So that in that context, you understand that it's not a problem of anybody's mismanagement, but it was a problem of misfortune that the economy encountered, and that was beyond anybody's control. Catastrophic, beyond anybody's control. That's how come we're here. And I think that the earlier NDC understands and appreciates that point, the better for their own communication. Because see, everything Sami was doing, trying to degenerate the conversation into a shouting contest and people saying that, oh, you are this, you are that. We're not going to accept that invitation. We'll decline that invitation respectfully. We'll leave them to have that conversation, but we will talk about the real issues. We'll talk about what vision is it that we bear, what we think we can do different from the NDC going forward in dealing with the challenges that we are in. And that is going to be the conversation. So Sami should revise his note and come to the table with conversation of what they intend to do, and we can engage them in that space. So I'll pick and choose. This is a document, World Economic Development by the United Nations. So I can share the document with you. It talks about 1 year later, the impact of the Russian conflict with Ukraine on Africa. Okay, I'll pick portions to read for you. Okay, so addressing the debt whilst bolstering agriculture, energy access, and continental trade could ease burden on struggling economies. In today's interconnected world, shots fired in one corner of the globe create ripple effects in other. seemingly far places. 1 year since 24th February, Russia's invasion of Ukraine, African countries, although physically miles away, have been affected, okay, with widespread shocks. Okay, so is you? Okay, so let me stick to this.
Do
so,
you know why he's laughing?
I don't. He's
You know that message that have been projected. There's one on the screen now. I'm reading it. It says, "Good morning, Dr. Randy. Please, this morning, every document has to be projected on the screen. We are tired of. I'll share it with you." That's what is making him laugh.
Okay, no problem. No problem. But is that a position you share?
Oh, I'm saying that's what he read and he started giggling.
No problem. No problem. No problem. Let me.
I have a document from a Minerals Commission. I don't know if I'm allowed to project that.
But they are not talking about Minerals Commission. They are talking about my document.
I'm just reminding my audience that after you guys is the conversation with the Minerals Commission. We're continuing with the Awoya. Is it Awoya?
Attentive.